Tonight on News Center Now, President Trump issuing a strong warning against North Korea's nuclear activity. We'll hear what Mainers think about it.
And we're talking with a military expert about whether those comments the president made really change anything right now.
And if you like to watch Disney movies on Netflix, it sounds like you may soon be out of luck.
This is News Center Now.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
We see your comments and concerns about President Trump's warning against North Korea and its nuclear weapons program. Good evening. I'm Chris Costa in for Lee Goldberg.
And I'm Amanda Hill. We wanted to hear from you on this. How concerned are you about a possible nuclear attack? Weigh in on our Pulse question by going to pulse.newscentermaine.com or open up the mobile app on your phone.
Now here's the latest. North Korea's leader is threatening to target Guam, which is a U.S. territory and home to a U.S. military base. Tensions are escalating. U.S. officials now believe North Korea has the ability to put a small nuclear warhead on a missile that could reach as far as Chicago. Diplomacy has not worked so far. Defense experts say there are no good military options. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson weighed in on President Trump's strong warning today.
What the president was doing is sending a strong message to North Korea in language that Kim Jong-un would understand.
They will be met with
President Trump tweeted today that our nuclear arsenal is stronger and more powerful than ever before. He says hopefully we will never have to use it. And we went out to talk to some of you today to get your reaction to President Trump's warning. Senator
Angus King, who sits on the Senate Committee on Intelligence as well as the Senate Committee on Armed Services, also had something to say about it, and we will start there with News Center's Jessica Gagne. Hey,
yeah, I spoke to Senator King today. He says he doesn't think we're headed toward armed conflict with North Korea, but says it's a very dangerous situation. He's concerned about the potential for misunderstanding and the rhetoric coming from both sides.
North Korea is a paranoid regime, and if you threaten them, they're liable to strike out in some way, and then we're into an escalation that frankly would be catastrophic.
After an appearance at a food pantry in Lewiston, Senator Angus King gave his thoughts on rising tension between the U.S. and North Korea.
I hope both sides can lower the rhetoric a little bit and start talking about diplomacy, which frankly ought to be done on the quiet, not sending threats via tweets.
President Trump said that threats from North Korea will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He also tweeted Wednesday morning that our country's nuclear arsenal is stronger than ever, saying hopefully we will never have to use this power. Some Mainers are concerned.
I hope that people realize that nuclear war would be devastating.
But others don't see it going that far.
You don't feel threatened?
No, not at all.
Senator Susan Collins sent out a statement Wednesday praising new economic sanctions against North Korea that she hopes will curtail the country's pursuit of nuclear weapons. Senator King says everyone involved should take a step back to avoid provoking harmful responses.
Take a deep breath, slow down, and quit threatening people.
King says he also has a lot of confidence in President Trump's national security advisors who are helping to guide him. The recent headlines have a lot of Mainers talking and sharing concerns, and we've started a conversation on our Facebook pages, and also we have our Pulse question up today. So if you want to weigh in, there are a lot of options for you to do so.
All right.
Thanks so much, Jess. Maine Congresswoman Shelley Pingree referred to President Trump's comments as extreme rhetoric. Her statement said, in part, President Trump's threats of fire and fury toward North Korea endanger Americans at home and abroad, including nearly 30,000 soldiers currently stationed in South Korea, and could provoke an unprecedented military conflict. Now, we came across an interesting article from Business Insider about surviving a nuclear attack if one were to happen. The first bit of advice: do not get in a car unless it's in a garage. Vehicles offer very little protection from fallout, which can hurt you with large doses of radiation. You should also go inside and stay put. Buildings offer more protection. And listen to the radio for emergency information about exactly what's happening.
For the record, not meant to scare people. We just thought that was incredibly interesting that information was out there. And
sometimes it's just worth it to just let people know that there's people who are thinking about it, because apparently you guys are too.
Right, just very interesting information out there.
Yeah, you always need to be prepared.
Right.
Well, a Fox News military analyst says a newfound fear is not warranted.
Right, Colonel David Hunt tells News Center nothing has really changed, only the fact that more people are obviously talking about North Korea after President Trump's warning.
No, I don't think the fear is warranted at all. We've been facing nuclear threats from countries like China and Russia for 50 years. North Korea is beginning to develop capabilities. I think that a lot of the leaks that we've had the last week and all the talk about missiles being able to reach New York and Chicago now, and that latest leak that there's a small nuke that can be put on a missile, is causing people to be more afraid than they need to be.
All right, now let's check out the results of our Pulse question. How concerned are you about a possible nuclear attack?
Interesting, 63% right now saying very concerned, 22% not concerned at all. So we'll keep that up and you guys can continue weighing in on that.
A couple people weighing in on Facebook as well. Shelby says we've heard similar rhetoric from George W. Bush in the past about Iraq. David says, hey, it's a warning. And Michael says, so nice to finally have a strong president.
All right. Okay, meanwhile, other news tonight. Portland City Council still has not made a decision on how to fix a clerical error that could prevent an initiative to cap rental increases from getting on the November ballot.
The city originally gave a group called Fair Rent Portland a deadline to turn in signatures to make the ballot, but a timing miscalculation by the city means the group was late.
The group is holding a rally right now in front of City Hall. They held one earlier during lunch break to remind the city to fix the mistake.
$1,200 a month for a one-bedroom apartment on Munchoy Hill.
It's no question.
Each person pays about $750, 3 people in an apartment.
To the people who live and work here,
Upwards of $1,000.
Portland rent can get expensive.
I have a 3-bedroom that is $1,600.
But there are questions about whether rent needs to be controlled.
My husband and I share a car and he uses it for his job, so if I lived outside of the city and I couldn't, walk to work, I wouldn't be able to work.
A proposal to set a limit of 10% rental increases per year on landlords was turned into the city Monday, so voters could take it up in November. But the clerk's office miscalculated the deadline.
40 people have come out.
Now this group demands to be heard.
We understand that mistakes happened. At the same time, scores of volunteers, hundreds of hours, thousands of engaged citizens made this possible. We absolutely need some sort of fair and transparent accounting in order to be able to trust our city hall with these complex democratic issues.
The city council needs to take action and find a solution.
Or else, these ralliers say, they'll be forced out of their own city.
I make about $12.50 an hour. I work at a hospital in Westbrook. It's hard to live, as a single person in Portland. You kind of can't do it by yourself.
By the way, we have spoken with city officials every day this week for an update on what will be done. City spokesperson Jessica Grondin says they are still working to figure out the best form of action, whether that be getting the initiative on the ballot or holding a special election.
A man arrested for scamming people using a fake apartment in Lewiston made his first appearance in court today. Nathaniel Poulin faces multiple counts of theft by deception. Lewiston police arrested him yesterday. Police say Poulin defrauded multiple people of hundreds of dollars each, advertising a property for rent that he did not own. One victim, who's now homeless, says he hopes the court makes him pay full restitution.
Mess with my life. It's not like everybody has thousands and thousands of dollars in their bank account. You know what I mean? That was all the money I had, and he took it, and now I'm still screwed. I'm still out without a house.
The judge set bail at $200 and required that Poulin not post anything on Craigslist, Trulia, or any other website or service that advertises rental properties. He must also submit to random computer searches and have no contact with the victims.
All right, beautiful summer day out there right now.
Absolutely. Keith Carson the lucky guy outside with the first look at the weather. Hey, Keith.
Hey guys, yeah, it's a pretty nice day, particularly along the coastline and just inland where we saw basically total sunshine. You can hear that slight breeze on my mic, but it's kind of a refreshing one. Let's have a look at temperatures. High of 82 today in Portland, 84 in Sanford. A little bit of a bounce back after a cool pattern settled in on Saturday and Sunday, starting to bounce back to our seasonal averages into the 80s here. Rockland and Bar Harbor at 76 and 75. A couple of showers and storms have popped up. The coverage, though, actually even less than depicted on the small scale computer model, so very little in the way of showers out there. Here's a look at the radar. You can see most of them are across northern Maine and a couple other cells sailing down across Vermont and southern New Hampshire, but the vast majority of us will go tonight without seeing any rain at all, and we're in for a nice evening. Here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast showing any showers dying out. Tomorrow is a very similar day to today, which is we start with a ton of sunshine and see a few showers in the afternoon. Guys, we do have a bit of a split forecast for the weekend. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Keith. All right, Disney plans to pull its movies from Netflix and start its own streaming service. That's next in Social Stop.
Also ahead.
I know that I'll be able to take down anyone that tries to mess with me.
Young ladies learning to defend themselves, why the timing couldn't be any better, as Now continues.
Parents, your days of using Disney movies to negotiate with your kids are numbered if you rely on Netflix. I'm Katie Ortiz with your Social Stop, and some news you might hate me for today. Disney is saying bye-bye to the streaming service and will pull all of their content beginning in 2019. Instead, they plan to launch their own streaming service. The catalog will have Disney and Pixar movies and programs from their Disney channels. The service will premiere in time for Toy Story 4, a Frozen sequel, and a live-action remake of The Lion King. But most people don't seem to be all that thrilled with this change. Lisa says the company will lose more than they gain because of the demographic without kids and because of grandparents, she thinks, who won't buy in on the Disney streaming service. She says, my kids love Disney, but I dumped cable to save money and I refuse to start paying for multiple streaming services. Now, Kashmir is on the fence, and I can definitely agree with her here. She says she uses streaming sites to save money, but with everything out there, Netflix, HBO, Amazon, they all add up, and nowadays you might as well just get cable. But at the same time, they're worth every penny. Now, Amanda is all in, though. She says she does not care if you have to pay for it. Nothing is free, so pick and choose what you want. Now, not only will they debut a Disney streaming service, ESPN will also have its own stream starting next year with games from the MLB, NHL, and college sports, to name a few. And Amanda and Coco, I finally got around to watching Moana last week, so now I feel like I have to go through the entire thing before everything is finalized.
I ditched cable too, and I will just say that I prefer Netflix because it's like instant gratification.
Exactly.
If you want to watch a movie, watch a movie.
And you can browse through everything, and it's all in one spot. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, but I think Hercules is next on
No
my
more Disney
queue.
for this one.
Hercules.
All right, thanks, Katie. Your full forecast is next on News Center.
May have been a few showers today, but not many. Keith will let us know how the rest of the week is looking. All right, Walmart might soon be trying to gauge your mood while you're making your way through its stores. A recent patent filing suggests Walmart might be working on a video system that keeps tabs on shoppers' facial expressions. It would scan for customers who are frustrated and unhappy and then send an employee to actually help them.
I don't know. I'm not often happy when I'm in Walmart, I feel like. Also, so I'm trying to fix my mic here.
No, it's hard.
I mean, it's kind of a cool idea, because I've actually been frustrated out of not buying something at other stores because you wait too long or whatever the case may be.
That's fair, but I don't think I've ever had trouble trying to find someone to help me.
Not at Walmart.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, but I've only done the walk away with an item that I probably shouldn't buy anyways, like clothes. I'll be like, do I really need this tie? And then there's a line. I'm like, never mind, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know.
That's fair.
Better choice.
My mic is fixed.
There we go.
Discuss Walmart. Good. We can move along now. Beautiful day today. Another nice day coming tomorrow. 76 in Portland, 83 in Sanford still. You can see the interior still in the 80s and 74 right now in Caribou. Satellite picture pretty good. We did have some clouds kind of bubble up during the afternoon. You need to be under a big ridge of high pressure in the middle of summer to not see any convective activity. And we do have a few showers out there, mainly across northern Maine, a couple of them down across New Hampshire that will sail to our south. So most of us dry through the rest of tonight, and actually a pleasant looking night as well. As we head into tomorrow, we start with sunshine. We bubble up a couple of showers and thunderstorms again in the afternoon. And then Friday, we get a little bit more cloud cover in. Still, though, a decent day with showers popping up later in the day. And then the weekend, I still don't love it. I think this front is just hanging around. It's a little bit too slow to come through, giving us some showers on Saturday, and then another round of showers on Sunday. So it's not a washout, but I think both days have a significant chance of some showers. Hour by hour forecast starting us with sun tomorrow, popping up those showers and storms in the afternoon. They settle down. We do it again on Friday. The difference on Friday will be some coastal fog that'll move in Friday afternoon and into Friday night. I mentioned yesterday the interest we should have in a tropical system that could be moving in our direction. It's Invest 99L is what it's called. Right now it looks pretty terrible on infrared satellite, which is good news, but we'll continue to track it. The computer models do move it towards the eastern seaboard over the next 7 days or so. So, you have to keep an eye on the near term, and we'll watch to see what happens with this storm. I wouldn't be overly concerned with it at the moment. So the extended forecast again, the weekend is decent but not amazing. Showers around both days. If you had to pick timing on this, I think it's going to be better Sunday morning than in the afternoon, and probably Saturday afternoon. So that's kind of how it breaks down. Monday and Tuesday look decent, but if that tropical system has an impact on us, it will be around mid next week. But a lot of question marks still there.
Interesting.
I'm glad we clarified those weather, because you said Invest 99L, and then I saw the NGX2 and the CLPS, all those lines.
There's
I saw you talking about stocks.
That's what you have me for, I guess.
Too much. All right, thanks, Keith.
Thanks, Keith. All right, it won't be long before the first day of school. Everyone needs to be prepared, especially female college students.
Yeah, 1 in 5 female college students will be assaulted walking on campus this year. As Hallie Pilot shows us, a martial artist in Florida is making sure women of all ages do not become a statistic.
Now in this situation, I do get a hold of her leg, let's say.
There's a lot of people out there that are looking to hurt girls.
Derek Clark is their worst nightmare.
Get up, go! Woo! Try it again.
Whether being on the ground, standing, or against the wall, being thrown down, we try to touch every kind of attack scenario possible.
He said most attacks happen in an ambush manner,
where they're caught off guard, they need to react quickly on their reflexes and be able to come up with something fast.
Something common on a college campus.
Going back to school is the best time for someone to start training and learn these moves. It could be a life or death situation. Do I hit? Will I get in trouble for it? You just got to go with your gut instinct.
Students aren't the only ones learning the moves.
It is utmost important that a girl knows how to defend themselves at any age.
I'm 40 and I thought I wanted to push myself.
Practicing self-defense 4 days a week.
Because it could happen at any moment. You could go your whole life without being attacked, or I could step out there tonight, leaving Walmart, and I can get attacked.
But she'll be ready.
I wanted to prove to myself that I would be able to do it, because you never think that you are strong enough.
It's just the best feeling to see a girl feel confident leaving the mats.
I know that I'll be able to take down anyone that tries to mess with me.
Hallie Pilot with that report. By the way, we should mention both Portland and Bangor Police Departments offer self-defense classes.
Very good to know. Cindy Williams here with a look at what's coming up on News Center at 5:30.
Hi, guys. Kind of
Join the Purple Crew.
Day here at News Center. Do you remember that horrible hayride accident several years ago in Maine? Well, 17-year-old Cassidy Charette died in the crash at Harvest Hill Farms, and today we learned that her family is settling the lawsuit against the farm. We're going to tell you where that money is going to go and how it will honor Cassidy's memory. Plus, a group of ladies in Maine got to work today. They cranked out more than 7,000 cookies. What makes the group so unique, and who's going to eat all of those cookies? I tell you what, if they brought them to the newsroom, they'd be gone in about 10 seconds.
Yes, they would. You were right there.
That's all coming up at 5:30.
All right, thanks, Cindy.
All right, while you're not always safe in your car when lightning strikes, we'll explain when we come back.
All right, quick update on the results of our Pulse question. We asked, how concerned are you about a possible nuclear attack? Here's what we're looking at.
So very concerned has 64%, a little concerned has 17%, and not concerned has 19%. And if you still want to weigh in the last couple seconds here, go to pulse.newscentermaine.com or our mobile app.
Okay, and if you're planning on bringing a pet into the family, you will want to know about our Clear the Shelters event.
That's right, it's on Saturday, August 19th. 7 shelters across the state, in conjunction with thousands of others across the country, will waive or reduce adoption fees to help homeless pets find loving and permanent homes. You can find a list of the main shelters taking part on our website or mobile app. News Center will have on-air coverage of Clear the Shelters Day, and we'll introduce you to some of our own shelter pets.
Both of you included.
Rescue dogs.
Included.
That's right.
We do. Reese's was pretty high maintenance today at lunch, actually, but it's a story for a different day. He wanted a lot of fetch. Today's Brain Drops is something that we touched on briefly when we talked about the sailboat and where to be during lightning.
Nice ride.
Isn't it sweet?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that you're safe in a car because of the rubber tires, right? That's kind of been the conventional wisdom. You are safe in a car, but it has nothing to do with the tires. What's going on here is that cars are made of metal, right?
Yep.
Or worse,
or plastic.
fiberglass. When lightning strikes the car on the top, it just conducts around the side and then goes out the tires. So this myth came from the idea that often, if a car is struck by lightning, the tires are blown out because it gets so warm, the tires do, the air expands too rapidly and blows the rubber off of it. So it has nothing to do, the tires cannot be on the car. If you were riding around on rims, you'd still be totally safe in this scenario. The key is, do not touch anything metal on the inside of your car. So if there's any part of your car that's exposed, then the electricity could still hit you in that way. So that's something to think about. I don't know of any recorded deaths inside a car. In theory, though, if you had a standard stick shift and your hand was on that shifter, it could connect through the chassis. The principle here, by the way, if we can show you this next image, is you ever seen one of these guys, Faraday cage?
Yes.
It's the same idea. They see these in museums. There's a great one, actually, in Boston's Science Museum. This is the same principle, which is there's enough metal around you that it's conducting it around your body and you're not harmed. Remember, though, that metal does not attract electricity. I hear that all the time, too.
Oh, that's interesting,
If
too.
you have if you have a wood pole and a metal pole at the same height, it is a 50-50 probability it will hit either one. It conducts electricity. It does not attract electricity. So it's irrelevant whether or not it's metal. But in that case, it can save your life in a car.
Good to know.
Keep all hands and feet inside the vehicle
green
at all
ride.
times.
You'll see me riding around Portland in that thing.
That or stormy, right?
On rims.
New Stormy. New Center at 5:30 starts now.